Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to another video. I know that this is a little bit different than what you all are used to, but I need to do some decluttering around the house, just kind of a mini reset, if you will. And the reason for that is mainly because my son's birthday is coming up. He's going to be 5, and his toy bins, his closet, it's completely packed out. So I need to make lots of space because we have a pretty, large family who buys him a lot of gifts every year. And we're so blessed that we hardly ever have to buy our children any presents, but I really need to get in there and figure out what I'm going to donate and what I'm going to maybe just store away for the future, for like if it's a learning activity or something like that. We save those types of things for future children, or we already have our girl and she's not ready for a lot of those things yet. So yeah, we need to figure out what I'm going to donate or sell or just store away. I also need to dive into this wardrobe right here because mine and my husband's stuff is pretty out of control. So that needs to be decluttered. And if I've got enough time after all of that, then I'll bring you along for dinner as well. It's so funny how no matter how tidy you try to keep things, eventually you will have to go back in and pull it all out and start over, which is what I am doing here. My husband and I share this wardrobe along with a pretty small closet, so I have to organize quite often to prevent it from getting really messy. Luckily, he did build shelves using a custom closet kit, and that has been such a lifesaver, but it's still a struggle sometimes not having our own closet spaces. So something that I really like to do is get a little acrylic bookend for drawers, and sometimes you can find these at thrift stores or the Goodwill, and just put these in like this, and then you can stack your folded shirts like this, and so as you remove one you can keep pushing it back and so they don't fall over. So that's a nice little organization hack if you're looking to keep your drawers tidy. Not that I can say much because these are a total disaster. So moving on to my drawers, since I am no longer postpartum or breastfeeding, I had a lot of tops and exercise tops that just do not look very flattering on my body anymore. So I'm going to resell those since my mother-in-law gave them to me. I believe most of them are Free People, which is something I would never personally buy, but they were given to me and they're great quality and they should definitely be worth something even secondhand. Some people ask how we have such nice things on such low income, and one of the ways I acquire nice things is to tell my family around me to give me their donations before donating. I sift through it all, and sometimes I keep things, sometimes I sell things, and whatever is left, then I donate on their behalf. I remember one time my mother-in-law, now this is pretty early on in our relationship, but she was telling me that she'd thrown away Michael Kors bags, and my jaw just hit the floor in total disbelief. Now, Michael Kors isn't necessarily my style, but it still doesn't belong in the trash. So that was really the moment that the whole donation request sort of started. So something like that isn't my style, I'll simply resell it and buy something to replace it, which is usually still something secondhand. My favorite platforms are honestly eBay and Poshmark, and it's just amazing how you can get such nice quality things for not a lot of money. While my biggest task of the day is to go through my son's room since it's his birthday, I still want to go through my daughter's toy bins as well while I am sort of in the groove. She's also getting closer to 2 years old, so there are some more babyish things in here. I know I need to put back in totes for the future if we decide to have another baby, as well as just donate some items. There were a couple louder toys I ditched just because I didn't feel like either child really developed anything from them. And I also got rid of some old beat up flashcards since those had been replaced now that I'm getting the swing of things when it comes to homeschooling. Moving on to my son's room now, it's so bittersweet going through these clothes. He's just had a massive growth spurt this year and is getting so tall. It seems like when they hit 5, they really start to look like little kids and not so much like babies anymore. Something that I'm not showing is my method of storing things away. I like to get vacuum seal storage bags from the Dollar Tree. I've never found a cheaper source for the large size, and they are actually great quality and do exactly the same things the expensive ones do. I just put all the clothes that are the same size inside and throw in another piece of paper in the front that has the details on it. So for this one, it will say boys 4 to 5T on it because I know my husband will be the one pulling it out when the time comes, and I don't want him to have to go in blind. Not to mention, you really forget what all you put in there, so it's just nice to have it labeled. Here I am just kind of organizing and pulling the more wintry stuff out, pushing them toward the back, and pulling the more summery stuff forward, and color coordinating everything just to give his closet a little bit more freshness. My son has 3 very large rope baskets in his closet. And when they are full, that's it. That's how I know he is in desperate need of a clear out. And that's certainly where we are at this point. I do 2 big cleanouts a year, one for birthday and then another one right before Christmas. And I really try to teach my kids to not be attached to things. And I know that this is kind of hard when it comes to kids, but I think that my 5-year-old is pretty good. I am surprised by how he's not overly attached to anything, and I think that teaching him that is working. I try not to be overly sentimental in keeping things. I know that there are some special things, like a really beautiful card that just has this incredible paragraph in it or something like that, and that is a little different. But if like he makes a piece of art and he says he doesn't care about it and he wants to throw it in the trash, I'm like, okay, great, throw it in the trash, that's fine. We just really don't cling to material things. We actually started a little tradition last year for Christmas, and if you have kiddos, it may be something that you want to try as well with yours. We go through every single toy together, and I let him pick out things he wants to gift to those less fortunate. Obviously, he gets rid of things he doesn't play with anymore. Those are the first things that I personally pull, but he also gets rid of a few things he still likes and enjoys playing with. And that was something that surprised me last year that he wanted to do. And I thought it was so sweet watching him get excited about wrapping the things for someone else. So, what we do is we get some special wrapping paper together and he helps me wrap them, and then I post them on Facebook Marketplace for free. And in the ad, I just ask that everyone be extremely respectful and honest about their situation. And I sort through the messages and decide which ones I feel are the best fit for giving them away. Last year, we had so many toys that we were able to split them between 2 families, which was just such a blessing. And I really think that he learned so much from that experience. So I've cleared out this many toys, which is pretty wild. This one is so heavy. I may have to double bag that. But that alone cleared out a lot of closet space for him. And he has 3 rope baskets, and one of them is almost empty. So we've got lots of room for birthday presents, and now at this point, I've just got to go and tidy up. When you get to the end of your decluttering adventure where you've pulled out everything that you want to get rid of, but then you still have the tornado that hit the room. That's where I'm at. So I've got to put everything away, tidy everything up, and then I'm going to grab baby girl and get started on some dinner. while I was cooking. I had a nice little view out the window of my husband cleaning up some things outside, getting ready for some family to come in for the 4th of July. You know, it really just is the little things like that that make me so happy. Tonight I am making a kale and cheese tortellini soup in the Instant Pot. It's a great little dump and go meal if I'm in a hurry, and I definitely am after doing so much today. So I'll be sure to have the recipe below if you're interested in giving it a try. Well, it is time to round everyone up and get them at their chairs to eat dinner. Thanks so much for spending some time with me today. Lord willing, I will see you all at the next video. Bye.